You ever have one of those mornings where you have a brilliant idea, just a flash of genius, but by the afternoon, you've completely lost faith in it? Yeah, me too. Today, we're going to talk about a way to capture that peak energy and actually turn it into real, tangible projects. So, which seed will you plant? Let's find out.
First things first, a question for you. When are you at your absolute best? You know that time of day when you feel super clear, super confident, and just ready to take on the world? For the person who came up with this framework, it's the early morning. That's the magic window. Finding that time for yourself, well, that's step one.
And here's the core idea. It's actually really simple. When you have high energy, that's your time to create. That's when you brainstorm, you build, you make things happen. And when you have low energy, that's your time to consume. Binge some Netflix, rest up, read a book. See, this isn't about hustling 24/7. It's about working with your body's natural rhythm. And that little change, it can make all the difference.
So what do we call this peak state, this feeling of being on top of the world? Well, there's a fantastic metaphor for it. It's all about finding what's called your high-flying disc. Now, this concept actually comes from the teachings of Abraham Hicks, and it's not just about having a cup of coffee. It's a mental and emotional state. It's when your positivity, your confidence, your vibration, if you will, are all cranked up to the max. It's in that state that you can act on your best ideas with total clarity and zero hesitation.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this look like in the real world? What actually comes out of these high-flying disc moments? Let's dive into the first idea that was born from one of these moments of clarity, a custom treasure map to guide your year.
This quote right here from a business partner is the absolute key. It's the aha moment. We all say we want to achieve these big, amazing goals, but man, the work involved can be a huge roadblock. So the real need in the market isn't another to-do list, it's an easy, low-effort way to get a result that's inspiring and tangible.
And this is the solution. It is just brilliantly simple. You spend 5 minutes, just 5, answering a couple of questions. You pay $20, and in return, you get a physical, beautifully designed poster for your wall that maps out your goals. It's literally the perfect I've got 5 minutes and $20 answer to goal setting.
So why call it a treasure map and not a roadmap? Think about it. A roadmap is, well, it's boring, right? It's just a straight line from A to B. But a treasure map, that suggests adventure, discovery, fun. It turns the whole process of chasing your goals from a chore into an exciting journey that you actually want to look at every single day.
All right, so the treasure map is one kind of seed you can plant, a seed of inspiration. But that same high-energy state produced another idea. This one's about planting a totally different kind of seed, a financial one. It's all about teaching young people how to grow their money wisely.
This question is really the whole philosophy behind the project. You can give someone an ice cream cone. It's a nice treat, it's delicious, and then it's gone. Or you can give them a seed, a little bit of knowledge, a small amount of capital, something that has the potential to grow into something huge over time.
A really important piece of this puzzle would be teaching the difference between being an investor and being a trader. You know, investing is that classic buy it and forget about it for 30 years strategy. Trading, on the other hand, is more active. You're managing things more regularly, but without it having to be this all-consuming day trading lifestyle.
So the goal is to make active trading less intimidating, to show young people, hey, here's a way to potentially grow your money better than just letting it sit in a bank account, and you can do it in just a few hours a week. And of course, this part is absolutely crucial. The big disclaimer is that this is not financial advice. It's about learning a skill, a process, not about being told what to buy or sell.
Okay, so we've got two pretty powerful ideas here, both born from that same high-energy state. But an idea is just an idea, right? What's the engine that actually powers them? What's the secret sauce that makes any of this stuff actually work?
Before we get to the secret, let's look at the proof. You don't just stumble into 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. That doesn't happen by magic or by accident. It happens because of a very specific, very deliberate, and very repeatable process.
And here it is. This is the secret. The biggest game changer is when you stop obsessing over the final outcome and you start to fall in love with the process itself. The real progress, the stuff that actually moves the needle, comes from the small, consistent things you do day in and day out. The process is the progress.
So what does that process look like in practice? Here's the exact formula that built that audience. It's not magic, it's just mechanics. Post a short video every day, post a full video every week, send a newsletter every month. That's it.
This simple, consistent structure is the engine that takes those high-flying disc ideas and turns them into reality.
So let's bring it all back to you. You now have a way to figure out your own peak creative time. And you know the real secret isn't some lightning bolt of inspiration, it's just simple consistency. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?